Am I the asshole for winning a Magic game against a cheating kid? I was playing in a paid Magic the Gathering tournament last night and was doing pretty well, winning my first two rounds without losing a single game. When I sit down for round three, my opponent is a kid no older than 10. At the store I play in, players are always matched by their win record, meaning this kid had also not lost a single match. To be honest, I was a little worried at first. I've gotten completely demolished by younger players before. And even though this was a more casual event, I knew some of the other players were pretty experienced. We start the game, and I notice he set his deck down and immediately drew his starting hand. Normally in Magic tournaments, you offer your deck to your opponent to cut or shuffle before starting. But I figured he was young and wasn't used to playing like that. We start the game, and I get completely destroyed. It seemed like he drew all of his major threats and always had the removal he needed. I start shuffling up for game two, and I see he shuffles his deck under the table while clearly staring at the cards. I've dealt with players stacking their deck before, and to be honest, I've done this once or twice too, but never in a tournament. But I didn't want to call the kid out in front of the whole store. After shuffling his deck, he immediately went to draw his opening hand again, but I asked him if I could shuffle his deck before we started. In Magic, both players are allowed in the rules to shuffle their opponent's deck before the start of a game. He looked a little hesitant, but said yes. I shuffled his deck, and while game two was still close, I ended up winning. I noticed he was a bit upset about not drawing his perfect cards, but he never made a fuss or caused a scene. He did the same shuffle for game three, even less subtle this time, and I asked to shuffle his deck again, which he let me do. I went on to win the third game to win the match. He was a good sport about it. We both talked about how cool each other's decks were, and he asked to play a few friendly games, after which I agreed to. I brought this up to my friends after the tournament. One of them said I should have been harder on him and brought it up to the store, so he can't cheat wins out of people in a paid tournament. But the other said I should have just let him win because I already prevented him from cheating and letting kids win is a bit of an unwritten rule at our local game store. I will admit I really wanted to win all my games, so I was going to try to win against my opponent regardless of who they were. My only hang-up is that I do feel a bit bad that I made the kid upset by catching him.